Okay, so this is a bit of a random share. This one, well, I suppose a lot of my shares are random, but this one in particular, I think. But I was in a bit of a funk towards the end of last week, and as you do, you get into that kind of like, work was, on a bit of a dry week, and some other bits and pieces going on that just kind of like, kind of having one of those weeks where all kind of like you just kind of feeling, it's hard to describe, but you know what I mean. And so I was kind of moping around the house really during the day and not really knowing what to do with myself, and clearly not taking my own advice as usual, but we never do. And I happened to look out the window, and there was a squirrel in the garden, and it had this kind of big bunch of nuts that it collected from one of the trees, and in a pile, and it was digging holes in my grass to bury these nuts. And clearly my first reaction was to throw something at the bloody squirrel for stop digging holes in my garden. But actually I just stood there and watched it, because I think for all the year, I mean, I'm 44 years old, I don't think I've ever seen a squirrel dig and bury nuts. You all know they do them because we got told in nursery rhymes and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think I'd ever actually seen it. But I just watched this squirrel, and it was exceptionally busy doing his thing, scurrying, and it ran everywhere. It didn't loaf around. It didn't sit around scratching, looking at the corner of the field, and like we would. And it was just busy, and I thought actually it kind of reminded me of what someone said to me once, that wild animals are busy. That's what they do. Like, you'll never see a sparrow just sitting around doing nothing, with the only exception to that is cats, because they really do nothing. But pretty well every other wild animal has got a purpose. It's busy, it's focused, it's doing its thing, it's protecting itself, or it's like the squirrel was preparing for the winter. And actually, you look at wild animals and they all look content. You don't see a miserable, depressed squirrel, or you don't see a slightly mopey mouse, or a kind of slightly depressed hedgehog or whatever. They're all fairly content with life and moving on. And I thought, actually, it's probably the action they take is kind of, they've got a focus and a purpose for their day and their existence. And actually I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to do something. So I went on. I didn't do any work, so I wasn't in the mood for doing any work, but I went, and then I thought I'll go and do some cleaning and tidied out a cupboard that I've been meaning to clean out for months on end. And actually I felt a lot better, and it kind of made me realise that actually just taking some form of action is probably the best remedy for getting out of that funk and that kind of lethargic, I'm stuck, I don't really know what to do myself, I don't want to watch telly all day, and and actually doing something. And I don't even think it matters what you do. It doesn't even have to be productive. It can be, as I say, tidying a cupboard, or cleaning the shower, or cutting the grass, or just something, or going for a walk, or anything to get you moving and doing something that's got a bit of focus and a bit of purpose to it. Does absolute wonders in kind of putting you back in that good place again. And actually, when I'd done that for an hour, I felt really good. And actually then I did start doing some work and got on with the day as I should have done. And I just think we can take a lot of lessons from nature. And it's funny how sometimes nature will kind of show you something when you need to see it. And that squirrel was absolutely perfect for... I've obviously now put loads of barbed wire around the garden to stop the bloody thing digging up my lawn. But apart from that, he did teach me a lesson, and reminded me that actually sometimes it's just the little things like that are important in life, and not to stress about the big, don't sweat the little stuff, as they say. But anyway, so I told you random share, and I'm sure I'll be open to lots of ridiculous comments, but hey, I don't care. It's all part of life. So anyway, the point is, if you're feeling down, go and do something. Doesn't matter what it is, just do something that's got a bit of a purpose and a focus to it. Right, I think I've blathered on about squirrel for long enough today, so I'll call it a night, or a day, or a morning, wherever you are, and I'll speak to you soon. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it really useful. I'm Grantley, coach and founder of Your Life Transformed. I have one aim, and that's to help people who have recently left the military with that difficult transition into civilian life. I work with ex-servicemen and women from all over the world, and I help them rebuild their confidence and enthusiasm for life, reclaiming their identities and allowing them to take back control of their future. If you think I might be able to help you, then please get in touch by clicking the link in the description below and booking a 30-minute call with me. It's absolutely free, and there'll be no sales pitch whatsoever. I just want to find out a bit about you and see if I can help you get your life back on track. Hopefully speak again very soon.